Everyone. Hey, Margine. Hi, Terry Time. Hey, Real Talk. Hey, 40 ounce. Well, 40 was the first one to comment, so you win a prize. It's on its way. I don't have Cash App. I only have, actually, I think, hold on. I think I had, I don't know. I set up a Cash App at one point. Let me see. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Hey, Eduardo. Moni was just live. I missed it. I'll go back and see if she saved it. Right Cheek recently, she just moved out. She was in Miami last week. And then she came home, and while she was away, there was movers moving stuff out of her house, and she recently moved out. So she went live last night. Now, I want everybody to, if you've seen the past lives that she did, let me see if I could. I'll see if I can get a Cash App link in a second if I have it. While I'm playing the live. If you look at the past lives she's done where she seems a little out of it and insane, look at the difference now that she's been out of the house. I'm going to look into it, but I was thinking that like some of all the sewage gas and all that stuff that was like leaking throughout the house was like messing with her head a little bit. That's my opinion, but I'm going to look into it more. She also had multiple hospital stays. The twins, I heard that Right Cheek said that the twins have been reaching out to her to check on her through all this. But I'm going to just start the live and I'll chat. No, the season's on a hiatus. Rumor is that because of Minnie's death and the all that stuff that they took a break. If you watch one of my past lives, Right Cheek kind of talks about it. All right, I'm going to play her live from last night, and then we can chat in chat while it's playing. Just give me a second to share. But she sounds so good now that she has been out of the house. Like so much more clearer. It was a pretty good live. She talked about hi 4 and 6. Hey PJ, she talks about Right Cheek in this live. She talks about her hospital stays. I'm gonna play it and we'll watch together in chat. I'll be in chat in a second. Let me just see if I can grab a link.
Tonight on my YouTube channel. So it's literally just
she did just upload something to YouTube, but it was just a couple silly clips.
A recap, and then I have better content I can answer and do like a Q&A, but not the same questions that have already been answered because I normally stay at the Bentley Hotel. It's like my favorite hotel to stay at because it's on the corner and I like the penthouse little suite they have. But we stayed at the Avalon because it was included in our flights. So we stayed at the Avalon on South Beach. Tara didn't call me out. Sweetheart, she's old. She didn't call me out. She doesn't call people out. My YouTube channel is just Right Cheek. So make sure you go and subscribe because I'm going to drop a new video today or tomorrow. I appreciate you. The person that said they saw me at the airport, I appreciate you. People think I'm crazy. And my DMs are open right now on OnlyFans. And if you aren't familiar with that, normally you have to pay to DM me. Because I don't really talk to strangers. But in Adventures of Letting You Guys Know Emily, I decided to open my DMs so you guys can talk to me just for a little bit, for a couple days. I'm literally, Those can be questions that I've already answered, even though I already answered them. If you want to know the answers to those questions, the ones in the comment section right now, the repetitive questions that I've already answered.
In the comments, people are just asking her if she's still friends with anybody from the season. They're asking her about her kids, where her kids are, and how her kids are doing. And at current situation, her kids are taken away from her, and they are in custody of CPS and in the system.
answered. The answer to those are on the, like, going on my YouTube video. I'm not happy. I'm just in a better state of mind because I'm not being, like, I don't have the bad energy that was in that house, and, like, I don't feel like I'm being stalked or I look crazy.
I think a lot of like the gas fumes in that house is what was driving her crazy, in my opinion.
Thank you for the person that said you've always been a sweetheart. That's what people don't realize. Like, I'm really not mean. Like, people come up to us in person all the time. See, now the blue light looks weird. I appreciate that, Kayla. That made me feel better. That's the thing people don't realize. Like, I'm real life insecure too. And, like, my haircut doesn't help because before my hair was like a security thing that made me feel better. But it just bothered me so much how much people were concerned about my hair. It's like one of those things. Like, why does it bother so many people what my hair looks like? Is that the only thing you guys like about me? Because, I mean, I could just cut it off and put a wig on every day. But if that's the only thing you like about me, that's weird. You know? You know what I'm saying? People forget I have real feelings. In what form am I reaching for attention? This is my social media and I'm going live. You don't have to watch. It's free. I'm not doing anything but sitting at a computer desk right now having a conversation. I feel like it was just a mom moment, a midlife crisis moment, and people compare it to Britney because she was an artist and she did the same things, but Miley...
She said in one of her Instagram lives that she was having a Britney moment, and that's why she shaved her head.
They did the same things, and people in the real world, like people you know or you may not know if you're younger, they do this. They cut their hair. They go, like my makeup artist. Like, I don't understand why.
Let's see if I can speed it up.
Everyone only wants to criticize or like compare it to those people, but I feel like maybe in real life they don't know real people. Maybe they just know people their age and they're in a younger age bracket than I am, where it's like shocking to them. But that's another reason why I'm doing this, is because this shouldn't be shocking to you when people change. You know what I mean? Like, it's normal to change. It's good to change. It's not good when people only fixate on one thing. Like, you should be able to change and live your life how you want, and you should be able to embrace it. And it's something I have to tell myself every day still. When I look in the mirror, it's okay that I cut my hair. Like, it's gonna...
Well, her hair looks a lot better now, but when she first cut it, she had like bald patches all over. It was horrible.
I grow back. It's okay. But if you do want to talk to me, my OnlyFans DM are open, and I'm actually responding. Let me show you guys. I've been having like normal conversations with people. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube if you are interested in YouTube. The thing is, it's not even how I did it. It's what was forced for me to do. It wasn't a choice because people were entering my home when I was in the hospital and putting it on the internet. So I didn't really have a choice as to how it happened, but I have the choice to show you guys that it's okay. And I have the choice to embrace it. And I'm going to like work off of this.
Okay, she lit her kitchen on fire. There's a reason why landlords or other people were entering her house.
That's the thing. People think, oh, like we outed her, da da da. All you did was make me face my insecurities because I don't let people know Emily. I only let people know Right Cheek. So all you did was make me become someone that just wants to be even more honest and open, because it's not right when people judge others based off of the internet. But I don't socialize very much in person, and a lot of people follow me. So for me, it's like, okay, well, these people don't understand I'm a real person and I have real emotions, but I'm going to show them, even though it makes me uncomfortable. You guys ask really weird questions. No one's even asking questions. Some people just say weird things and I get thrown off, but I'm just going to keep going. How, if you meant like, how does OnlyFans like relate to like my YouTube?
The house she owned supposedly got struck by lightning. I'm not sure if that's 100% true. I'm going to find out.
It's because YouTube, I'm vlogging and I'm showing you my life, and OnlyFans gives you an opportunity to talk to me directly. You can't really talk to me on YouTube. You just get to watch the videos. So that's what I'm saying, go on YouTube and watch the vlogs. And if you want to talk to me and get to know me, want to ask me stuff, we can go on there. You can talk to me because I'm actually answering questions and talking to fans. Yeah, that's kind of how they relate. There is other stuff that's going to be posted on my OnlyFans, like content and stuff like that. But as far as my DMs, like I don't have another platform to talk to you guys directly on. And again, YouTube isn't direct. I don't answer DMs on Instagram because there's a million of them and it's too far back. No, I'm not doing the show. Haven't been doing the show. Won't go back to the show. But those are all things that I'm going to answer or have answered.
I think the show doesn't want her back right now. I think if the show gave her enough money to come back, she'd go back. Absolutely. She loves the attention and she loves the fame, in my opinion.
Right? It's crazy how people want to judge me and don't even know me or have their lives together. Like, people just assume. I just dropped the music video. It's on my YouTube channel also. So if you go on YouTube, which is
40 ounce, she burnt her hair. She burnt her hair. She burnt her scalp. She burnt her child, the youngest boy, Zane. She took his toys and burnt them in the backyard and melted them. She burnt her kitchen down. You guys saw the, if you guys look at one of my videos, I released pictures of a burnt up kitchen.
Just pinned down below my latest video, which is on there. And then I have other content that will be dropping soon. And I will be dropping audio to songs that Brie and I made over the years that you guys haven't heard yet. It's actually free, Amanda. My subscription is free. And my DMs are open right now, which means they're...
I wonder what Brie has to say about her dropping music with audio of Brie in it. I wonder if we'll get a reaction from Brie from that, if she does that.
Free. That's why I made them open, because previously you did have to pay to DM me because people were just trying to, like, yeah, which I don't do. But I decided to, like, cross them so you can DM me on there because it's easier. The chats are on there than on Instagram. This is my face broken out. You can't really tell. But my face doesn't, like, I don't get breakouts, which is I'm grateful for. But when I'm super stressed, I get these bumps on my face and they just go away. But when I was in the hospital for a month, you can't use soap that has, like, scent or alcohol in it. So it's just really, it's like jail soap. And I was in the hospital for a month because I kept getting released and put back in there by the same people. I'm currently okay. Like, I wouldn't say I'm good, but I'm okay. I'm just figuring it out myself. Just like everybody else does. No, the sun actually helped it. Before the sun, my face was breaking out a lot more, but I got to lay out in Florida. Now my face is actually clearing up. Like, all the breakouts, I almost had a zit on my nose and just went away, thank God. I haven't been checked for lupus. I was in the hospital because someone did multiple calls, like wellness calls, and they portrayed themselves as someone that knew me. So that's why I kept getting released from the hospital in, like, matters of days, but the person just repetitively was calling and entering the...
Did you guys see her videos on Instagram, the way she was acting? She yelled at one of the neighbors with a newborn who was pushing their child in a Laduna stroller. And she chased after them on Instagram, one of the neighbors. There's a reason why the cops were called on her multiple times and they took her in.
Home and documenting things. But I was actually taken to the hospital 3 times. And when you get taken to a mental hospital, you have to be there for a certain amount of time to evaluate you and check for drugs in your system, which I didn't have. But that's why I have all my paperwork there, since I was released and I don't have a mental illness. So I didn't go to jail. Because they were just arresting me for false allegations and saying I was walking around my neighborhood naked, which I wasn't. I walked around the house naked, which I regret because...
I've heard that there's footage of her on her front steps, twerking naked. That neighbors caught footage of, so she was naked outside.
There was clearly cameras set up. It's not. That's why I'm pressing charges, but it's okay. The person that called was someone that used to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on pearls from Brie and I, and that used to want to meet us at breakfast and lunch every day, and we never did that. Like, Brie even knows the person. Like, we don't know her personally, but, like, the name was, like, someone that we both knew and someone that spent thousands of dollars before. And if you were someone on Facebook that, like, ever...
All right, so her house really was struck by lightning. She put in an insurance claim and she got money from it, so it must be true if she got paid out for it.
Watch those little pearl parties we did, you would know the person's name also because she was, like, a super fan. And I don't know how it didn't click. But, like, I don't assume my landlord's assistant is going to be someone off of a Facebook page because I forget. Like, I feel like I'm normal. Like, I forget that I have real life stalkers.
I'm just going to say this now that the landlord assistant's name that she uses, it's a common name. And I think she might be a little bit confused about who's stalking her.
It is scary. It was scary. That's why my anxiety was so bad. And
off Dixon. I sped it up to make it go faster. I can slow it back down. Let me slow it down for you. She's not talking that fast. I just sped it up to 1.5 just to have it go faster. There we go. Sorry about that.
And I have, like, paranoia. But we're talking about that on my YouTube. So go subscribe to my YouTube. It is. It's actually, like, I was getting text messages, like, daily from people.
All right. So I have been talking to Jamie Lewis. That is the landlord's assistant. All right. And she's going to come on and she'll tell us. But I've been talking to her, and there is a Jamie Lewis that used to sell that she used to sell pearls to. It's not the same Jamie Lewis. It's a common name. So there's a Jamie Lewis that's her landlord's assistant, and then there was a Jamie Lewis that would buy pearls off of her. And they're two different people. So she thinks this fan is stalking her, just happens to be a landlord assistant. There's two different people.
People, like, my number was released, and there's like Facebook groups about it, and it's like stalkerish, and it's scary, and it gave me anxiety, and it still gives me anxiety. That's why I had to go to Florida to clear my head. But I want to tell you guys, and like, that's why I'm doing it on YouTube. When I was going live and going crazy and stuff before, I was doing that because I didn't have another way for somebody to see like what was going on. Like, my family's out of state, and I needed somebody, like, I needed help because I was in a dangerous situation. But we're talking about it on YouTube. We're not going to talk about it here no more. People don't understand. Like, they're like, oh, you got your kids taken away. The only reason my children were taken away is because I was taken to the hospital. So I don't have immediate family here. And when you get detained and taken to a hospital and you're a single mother and your children are at home, the only thing that can happen to them is CPS has to take them because I was admitted into a hospital. So it's not.
Well, the CPS can't release the children to family right now because she doesn't have family in the state. The family needs to put in for a foster care for them to release the kids to the family.
Like, I got my kids taken away for drug use. I didn't get my kids taken away for them being beaten or mistreated. I got my kids removed from the house because I was in a hospital for a month. Well, repeatedly. A month in total. 3 trips. I was arrested 3 times for being mentally ill and marked not mentally ill all 3 times. But again, it was an evaluation process. You have to do the evaluation. Once you're in handcuffs and you're in custody of them, you can't just say no. You have to go through the evaluations. Their father is not involved in their lives via both of our choices. I've raised my kids on my own. They're with my sister. A lot of you guys don't even know I have a sister. But I do. She just doesn't live in the state. Yes, I did not like lose custody of my children. They're actually like in that sense. Like, I'm not. My mom passed away when I was 16, so I don't have my mom. And my father lives out of state and he is older, and it's not adoption. But they are with my sister. My daughter's 10, honey. I've raised her her whole life by myself. Literally by myself. Yeah, my sister was on one episode. That's why I was like, some of you guys kind of know, but like my dad.
Her sister was on the episode when the baby was born. I think JJ. I think the one with JJ. Did she film when Zane was born? Her sister came to the hospital to see her when JJ was born. Her sister's a lawyer.
Dad and my sister were on one episode a really long time ago. See, true fan. And Luis, that is true. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but he did die in his sleep. Ava is not familiar with that side of her family. I left when she was 3 months old, and Lontel did raise her. I know I don't have to tell you guys nothing, but it's like I've never let you guys get to know Emily. So again, I'm trying to let you guys know that I'm still a real person. And like, some of you guys are like, this is so fake. Nope, this is just me being honest. Like, this is Emily. You guys don't get to know Emily, and I'm trying to let you know Emily. Because the people that were making allegations were just telling them about the stuff on my social media, contacting people like rappers and stuff on my social media. It was really inappropriate. Like, they weren't realizing, like, my right cheek page is the page that I make money on. I do entertainment. I do skits. I do dumb shit on here. Like, I do dumb shit on here.
I have Ava's dad's. I got pictures of him. I'll put something together and I'll release them. I just haven't downloaded them in my computer. But I'll show you guys who Ava's father is.
Sometimes, like, I post with Jimmy Smacks, pick me up, and I'm saying, oh my God, I fuck Jimmy Smacks, but I'm not. That's what people don't realize. Like, my Instagram is for social media. It's all that stuff. But my YouTube is going to be more like Right Cheek and Emily. I'm trying to, like, switch it up. I would never post, like, or do this before if I was like this. Like, it's not something I would do. Because there's a lot of artists and people that follow my page that don't know Emily, and I don't necessarily want them to know Emily. But at this point, it's like, it's just too much. They called multiple times and had entered the home when I was out of town and took pictures of things, like, when my children were not in the house, and submitted them, and were like continuously calling and recording my lives and stuff on Instagram and saying like I was burning the house down, which I didn't burn the house down. It was just aggravating that everything I was doing not on live was still being translated Like, there were people that knew when I would leave my house. They're like, she just left her house naked. And I'm like, what? Like, bitch, I'm at the store. Like, what are you talking about? But it was, like, scary because people knew where I was in real life. And I got paranoid. Like, it started making me act out because I was so freaked out by it. I feel like anybody would. Like, if you were just doing normal things, or, like, when you did make content and the kids weren't home, like, literally, like, I was making OnlyFans content and type of thing. And with no children at home. And, like, people were knowing what I was doing. And it was weird. But we're not going to talk about that anymore. So go on my YouTube, subscribe. I'm dropping a new vlog tonight. It's about to be done edited. He already compressed it or whatever. Eva's biological father passed away when he was sleeping or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't necessarily feel good to open up on Instagram because it's not really for social media, but in the sense of it feels good to open up and try to have people that saw everything that go on and that are in real life.
I'm trying to look for where I have Ava's dad's pictures so I could upload them right now.
Businesses by themselves to realize that people go through this and it's okay and it's going to get better. Ava's name is spelled with an E. I'm being honest, sweetheart. That's the thing. That's why this is like this and people aren't used to this. This is me being honest. Like, but no, I don't take drugs. That's the thing. I was drug tested the first time I was at the hospital. No drugs. I'm not really sure what rapping has to do with my spiritual growth, like why I should stop making music when that's my way to vent. Like, it doesn't bother me if you don't like my music, but why would you tell someone not to do what makes them happy? That's the thing I don't get, is why people come on here and try to tell someone what to do with their lives. Like, I've been involved doing music. Like, I've enjoyed music my whole life. It makes me happy. So I don't understand why people try to change others.
Did anybody watch her music video she put out? She put it out the same day that DMX passed away, and people thought that was like not a good thing to do.
It's like, when I was in the hospital, it was crazy because when I was evaluated, like, and doing the evaluation, they were like, they asked you questions about like what you do to cope with stress and stuff. And music was the one thing that they really push in mental hospitals to help people that do have mental illnesses like bipolar disorder, anxiety, severe depression. Like, music is a really, really good way to get your emotions out and to feel and to know that it's okay. Like, you should listen to music. I'm serious. Like, it will help you. I have not worked with any artists from Iowa. People forget, like, I've also lost a child on television. Like, I have a lot of, like, PTSD and, like, a lot of things that, like, were triggering me because people don't know, like, where I am in my life, what they see on TV. Like, they'll see an episode from, like, season 2 of something and think that it's what's going on. Like, even people at South Beach were like, oh, my God, we saw you fight with the twins, da, 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 da. Like, that was, like...
Yeah, it is sad that she lost a baby on TV. That was a sad moment. And like she had to have been going through a lot from that. And she also lost her mother at 16.
3 years ago, maybe 4. I do suffer from anxiety and I do have depression. It is okay not to be strong. It is okay. That's another reason why, like, people don't understand, like, I have to do this for myself. Like, me learning how to open up a little bit more, I'm doing this for myself because it's something I've never done. It's like, been honest with you guys. I was very, like, I had a guard up on social media and I had a guard up even when filming because I was portrayed to be the bitch and I was okay with being the bitch, but they didn't let you see that I'm not really like that, and it's edited. Someone commented and asked about it, about Iowa, so yeah, I said Iowa. If you're looking to book and you want to talk to my manager, I am doing bookings and I am doing stuff like that. The thing is, I don't owe Brie an apology. What you guys see on TV is not real. Like, I've been around her kids and stuff like that. Like, there's no beef between us. As you guys don't understand, we just don't talk to you guys about it because it's not your business. We've been friends for 10 years. Like, there is no beef. None.
Something's got to be going on for them not to be talking.
I was paid more to act like that. But go subscribe to my YouTube. Go subscribe to my OnlyFans. My YouTube is pinned. I am going to post my workouts and my journey. I took my before pictures. I don't really want to post them, but I might. I'm not going to post my before pictures. I lied. I'm going to put them in the YouTube. There's no beef, sweetie, but you're going to have to go because you're just a fake page. Yeah, it's crazy, but like it's like COVID in the sense like people don't care about other people's well-being. Like I've been inside for months and months and months, and that's why Ava wasn't in school because of Zayn and his breathing. But like it's crazy because it's just like COVID when the government was trying to ask people like to respect curfews and stuff like that, and people were still going out and partying. Like I spent the last year almost inside. And I appreciate you guys that are being positive on here because this is not normal for me. Normally I'm like, yeah, but this is me. This is the thing. This is just how I am. At least how I am right now. I don't have any drama in my life. I don't have any bullshit in my life. There's no sides to speak because there's no beef. We went our separate ways because we're both adults. She's 28. I'm 29. We don't have to be friends with other little people to be happy.
Lisa, I didn't type anything out. If I typed it, you would see me typing. I just recorded it. I didn't type anything out. If I need to ask questions, I ask somebody who I know is going to be honest, that knows her, like the source.
Like you guys don't realize there's millions and millions and millions of people in this world. Two people don't have to stay friends for their whole lives, and if they aren't friends,
she spent a year in the house with a child with breathing problems where she had sewage gas leaking all over because she was so dirty. She let the toilet bowl back up, overflow.
that doesn't mean there's beef. I don't always want to be associated with another little person when I go out. Like I want to sometimes be just Emily. The little hood accent be coming out when I have an attitude problem. When I don't have a little attitude problem, I just talk regular. But the little hood accent coming out when I have an attitude. Or when I'm super turned up and listening to music. But I'm not listening to no music right now. I'm talking.
I mean, from what I understand right now, I mean, our friend Terry's in. If Terry, if you're still in the chat, she's in Texas. Texas, they don't even have a mask law anymore. Texas, as far as what I heard, that COVID wasn't that bad in Texas, and they weren't shut down that long.
Yeah, crazy. But I am dropping Ride Along this week. I've been promising that song for a long time, and I am going to drop it. If you didn't know, I have a song that really opens up my emotions and really tells the truth. I appreciate that, Ashley.
Terry, she's complaining about, she lives in Texas, and she's complaining about the pandemic and spending a year locked in our house with the kids. Texas wasn't even closed down that long, right, Terry?
I very much so like Trippie Redd right now, like his music.
Put Terry's link in chat if somebody can grab it for me. And then you guys could watch her video. She's in Texas and she does field trips around town, whatever. You can see no one's wearing a mask.
I very much so feel that. Like, fun fact, in a mental hospital, when you guys go outside, like if you're someone that's not going to run or mentally ill or whatever, you go outside to like release your like energy and stuff. And one of the things you get to do is listen to music. So like I was listening to Trippie Redd. That was my like.
It was that bad in Texas, Erica? I don't know. I know because hey, Jamie Lewis, I know that Jamie, you want me to drop a link? You can come in. I know. I just got it once this is over, but I know I went down to Florida and it wasn't as strict. I don't know as far as like cases wide, but like okay, New York's very strict. Florida wasn't very strict as far as their rules with being quarantined and being inside. So maybe like I'm not saying COVID wasn't that bad, but the rules.
Selection because everyone gets a vote, and when it was my turn, that's who I listened to. So if you're someone that goes through anxiety or even depression or something like that, you should listen to his music because he's dope. And it's something I never did before. Like I met him as a person, DM'd him, all that stuff, and I didn't realize how much I could relate to his music.
All right, I'm going to drop you the link, Jamie. Let me just get it in chat. And then let me go to my Gmail real quick. Oh, and download these files. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to download something. All right. So this is Jamie Lewis.
Hi.
You want to introduce yourself?
Hi. Can they hear me?
Yeah, but turn me down. So this is Jamie Lewis.
Got it.
Hi. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jamie Lewis. I work for Keller Williams Realty, and I work with the owner of the home that Emily was living in. And I've been confused for weeks now for a person that Emily used to do paparazzi, jewelry, pearl parties, whatever with, and so now I've been claimed that I'm a stalker and I'm the person that has caused all these problems for her. And I just kind of wanted to clear the air and clear the record now that this chapter is over so we can all go back on with our lives.
Yeah, she's the landlord assistant that Emily keeps saying is obsessed and a stalker. All she's doing is her job. There's two different Jamie Lewises that has been in Right Cheek's life. So one of them she used to sell pearls to, right?
Something like that. It was doing these like paparazzi jewelry parties, and frankly, I'm a little bit more of a Premier Designs jewelry girl myself, but I never joined the paparazzi jewelry sales groups. But apparently, that's what this comes from. So I don't know. Something about selling pearls. I was really confused when she texted me and said that, and then doxed me on the internet. Everyone was like, "What is this pearl pages stuff?"
Did she actually put that pearl page up, or just your phone number? I've only seen where she put up your phone number, but
she just put up a screenshot with my phone number in it on the internet, and then said that she was going to find me on the pearl pages, and I had no idea what that meant.
Yeah, I screenshotted your the thing with your phone number, where she was like, it said something about renting the house, and that's why I screenshot it, because we always thought she was so rich and she had all this money that why is she renting a house if she has all this money? That's why I screenshot it and put it up, but I blacked your phone number out right away and then erased the one with your phone number. I don't know. I just felt gross having some stranger's phone number.
Well, I really appreciate that. There are certainly a lot of other bloggers out there who didn't do the same courtesy, and so it was a hellish couple of weeks trying to get my information off the internet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh,
Damn.
well, we're trying to bring everything to a close, and Emily is, she's been out of the house long enough that she looks like she's turning over a new leaf, and I'm sure that some more things will come to light about that in due time. So
She does seem better. She does seem better. And you can't really discuss the house yet, right? Until she's completely like gone and out and away from that situation.
right, the only thing that I've been able to do so far with it was, we went in and filed an insurance claim so that we could figure out what emergency repairs we needed to do. And then the rest of it's just been waiting, waiting for resolution. And it's been hard waiting for it. And until we get to it, then, lips got to stay sealed till then. So.
Yeah. So what did she do? She started a fire in the kitchen and in the yard?
Based on her own lives, you could definitely deduce that. Based off of public data that's easily searchable on DallasOpenData.com, you could deduce that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, she did multiple lives where the fire department was actually at her house and she's screaming at them. So she wonders how all these people find out all this stuff about her, but she's going live and she's broadcasting it.
I didn't even know. Look, we didn't even know what was going on until the HOA contacted us and the neighbors contacted us. We came into this thing mid-stroke. So, all this stuff, and then of course all this stuff is all over the internet and we see it and we're concerned. But this idea that I am obsessed with her, been begging to go to lunch with her for all these years, that I'm vindictively trying to hurt her, when really the day that she doxed me on the internet, the only thing I was doing was going by the house to check on the water hose because the neighbors were complaining because it was flooding their yard. I mean, that was it. There was no big master sinister conspiracy taking place. Just somebody trying to do their job.
And you also went and did something. You closed up the windows on her car or something? Did you do that?
Yeah. One of the times that she was detained, we went and we were trying to be nice. And that actually wasn't done by me. That was done by the owner of the home, the landlord.
Okay.
Actually went and taped her car up so that, it didn't get rained on. And we just don't understand why we got to be the target of her, but it's starting to really become very clear why we're her target. And that's because, she's doing this for views. She's making a ruckus on the internet so that she can make money. But the problem is that she actually hurt real people who really live there in that neighborhood, people who really own that house. She's hurt real people in the process. And so I don't know. I don't really want to contribute to her fame and fortune with regards to making a ruckus on the internet. But I do want there to be some sort of an example, some sort of a resolution that makes it very clear. How are people supposed to protect themselves from this kind of evil?
Right. She caused the ruckus in the neighborhood. It wasn't just the landlord's house that she wrecked and ruined and did lots of damage to. She chased down neighbors just for simply having a stroller that she used at one point, or the Laduna, and then like taking people's packages and their mail and stuff like that. She's caused a ruckus in the neighborhood, and these people, this is their homes. They own the houses. This is where they're raising their kids and their family.
They have the right to the peaceful their home just as much as she had that right. And in the beginning, we were trying really hard to make sure that that address didn't get out there and that her private struggle remained private. So it was her choice that it decided to blow up on the internet, and now we understand why. We understand that it's all about that monetized content, about those views. And everybody who's listening and everybody who's watching can just deduce for themselves how they really feel about somebody who's going to victimize and terrorize people in a neighborhood for the sake of earning money on OnlyFans. How do you really feel about that? And do you really think you want to subscribe to it?
Right.
So, but we could talk more about the actual facts and the actual details. But, for right now, we're just, we're in recovery mode. The pictures from the insurance claim, some of them got leaked. And so, you already know what it is that we're facing and having to go through next. And that is, trying to get back to zero again. And so I really appreciate that you've been reporting on this. It's kept me from having to live on my phone on Instagram or live on my phone on YouTube, much like she would like to believe I have.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't bloggers, I would not have been able to sleep at night for the past 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So, it's appreciated that it's out there, and just out of my appreciation for that, I just wanted to say a few words, and hopefully it's over, and hopefully we get to move on now, and I'll keep a line open.
I got one more question though before you go.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell another blogger that she was in rehab?
Never, not once.
Okay.
Not once did I ever mention drugs or rehab. In fact,
that story's been out.
I know exactly what story you're talking about, and I am red hot mad at that particular blogger, because they took some real liberties with the phone number that was published, called me, said she was a nurse that wanted to send a care package to Emily, that she really feels for the she's in, and prodded with a lot of questions. And I held my responsibility and told her nothing other than that she was in treatment at the moment, and that fine. She didn't need to know anything else. So they took some liberties with it, and it's easy to understand why, when you understand the nature of their channel, why they would want it to be that thing.
Yeah.
But the truth is, the proof is out there, or at least she says she's going to put the proof out there that she's not on drugs and that she wasn't in rehab. And nobody ever intentionally victimized her and put her into detainment.
Right.
All of those phone calls, all of those 911 calls that resulted in her detainment, not a single one came from the landlord or the landlord's assistant. Not one.
And the cops could always choose not to detain her and take her in too. So
they were taken by plenty of times. It didn't. That's for sure.
Right. So somebody said, actually, she's really on drugs. Now you don't know.
I don't know. And if I did know, I wouldn't, honestly. I'm a little bit smarter than to say it.
Yeah. So, I mean, and Emily claims that every time she was put in treatment, into the hot mental treatment, not rehab treatment for drugs, that she has paperwork saying that she was sober, that they took a piss test or whatever, a drug test, and it came
I hope for the sake of her children she was.
Me too. I hope for the sake of them that she was too. And she said she's going to show it on her YouTube channel or her new blog or whatever. So, hopefully she's not. And I don't know if is weed is legal in Texas. I don't know if I've seen her.
No, it's not. It is not legal in Texas. No, dang it. And the truth is you, in the beginning of all of this, you showed some real care and concern. And you're like, this is a person going through a thing. And now that I understand more about you, your channel, and your following, I understand why. Mm-hmm. But it actually just so happens that her landlord and her landlord assistant come up from a place of similar understanding.
Right.
And we were trying to keep her private struggle private, and we were trying to be, helpful, but also sound the alarm. And instead of being, champions for her privacy, we're going to be run across the coals. And, basically the world gets to think it's not what you think of me or what anybody else does, but at least I could put the truth out there.
Right. I mean, every time you've ever talked to me too, you've said like, if I knew where, like the one time she was live in a hotel and you were like, if I knew where she was, I would send her flowers right now. She's been through so much, and for the sake of those two kids, like really, Ava's 10 years old. She's been with her mother her whole life. Zane's a baby, so there's still like time to fix whatever if she doesn't get them back. But Ava lost her father. Then, Montel was a father figure and he's not in her life anymore. For the sake of her, like, I hope that Emily can get her shit together and, the kids could be happy and back with their mother.
Well, she definitely seems to have a clearer head, and it will all become clear why it is that, being out of this house was the best thing possible for her.
Mm-hmm.
So, but on that note, I have I have a call at 1 o'clock, so I'm actually going to pop off. I'm sorry.
All right, no, go. Well, when you're able to talk about more stuff and we'll show more pictures and stuff like that when all this is all done, we'll have you back on and we'll go over some more stuff and people can ask more questions that you could talk about. You can't talk about everything right now, and we understand that.
No, we gotta dot I's and cross T's. So
Yep. All right.
right.
Thanks for coming on.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Anyway, so that was Jamie. She was a landlord assistant. That's not the same Jamie that was. She just wanted to clear her name. And I have both their profiles, but actually I don't want to show it because the other Jamie with the pearls or whatever that you buy pearls from, I don't really want to expose her to being out there. But I downloaded the things of. Let me see if I could share of her first video file. Here we go, the first baby daddy, and I'll show you guys Ava's dad that I found myself, no source. Maybe not. Hold on. Oh, here we go. I'm breaking up. Oh no. That always happens when somebody drops down. Oh no. Can you guys hear me now? Nothing here, just goes really talking to the robot. Oh no, that always happens. How's this? Is this better? You guys hear me now? I'm trying to pull up that file now that I can't do it. Ugh. Say something again. No, you can't. All right, I'm good now. Am I? I'm trying to pull up. Hold on. I don't know why. I'm so bad at this. I should have had it. Then I'm trying to pull up the file so I can show you guys a picture of it. It's worse. All right, then I'm going to get down. I just want to. Darn it. And my voice still sounds animated. And this is taking forever to load. So. It still sounds. I'm going to start losing everybody. All right, then maybe I'll just end it. Let me try this. Is it still? Is it still like that? All right. So. All right. Well, I'll end and start another one.